Hello everybody, ElderBarrySirUp here, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play series where we are playing FTB presents DireWolf20 for 120. Today we are going to get into a new mod, and I am super excited about it. This is especially useful for servers to prevent a lot of lag from setting up too many mob farms. It's just absolutely wonderful. So let's get ready and let's play. All right, so picking up from our last episode, we built this heat exchanger from advanced generators to create steam. It was creating a ton of steam, and these machines just could not keep up. So I created many more. I created 9 more, I think, total. But anyway, and fully maxed out, and they were able to then keep up, but that's because this was running out of lava. So I added speed upgrades to the lava exporter, and now we are kind of keeping up, but we do have a net gain on the steam there. But even then, it did not change this but by 100,000 steam. So I don't know if it was really worth it or not, but we gave it a go. Now back home, we do have a ton of energy stored up. I had to create more of those cells there because we were almost full. So now we can hold up to 3.7 trillion FE. I think I'm reading that right. No, 12 trillion FE, and we're at 3.27. So we'll be able to power just about anything we could possibly want to power. But I would like to touch on a mod called Hostile Networks. At Hostile and it's Hostile Neutral Networks. Now this is a server friendly way of doing mob farms. So I do want to touch on that a little bit, and we'll create a couple things here. We have a loot fabricator and a simulation chamber. We're going to grab a deep learner as well, and several 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go with 4 because that's the most that the deep learner can hold. And we're going to go find some things. All right, so the first mob I want to do this with is the glow squid. So we're going to right click on that glow squid, and then we're going to place that model inside of here. Now there is a curio spot for our deep learner, and it'll show up top left where how many are remaining before it is set to the next level. Now the goal here would be to make it become AI or completely artificial intelligence. Or what was the word for it? Let me look. Why are zombies and stuff spawning? I made this big dark cave. Oh, there's one. I made this whole thing just for, essentially I found some water and I dug down in a 7x7. That's essentially what happened there. And I'm going to improve this a little bit so we get less hostile. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Torchmaster. Let's do this right here. And let's stop getting some of those bad guys. And let's put our deep learner back in here so we can have a visual on what we are at. And there we go. That Lost Soul's having some trouble there. Right now you can see it says 12 remaining now. Oh, and we got a trophy. Nice. So if we were to look at the deep learner, we are now at basic. Basic might be the first one. Now each tier does require more kills. That's why I wanted to make something so that we would have an easy way of doing this. Now if you get a spawn egg, that is the easiest way to do it, because you put that spawn egg in your spawner with a dragon egg and then just spawn a whole ton of them and kill them manually, and you know it works out pretty well. But we have not received a spawn egg yet. So I will continue to do this until we get this leveled up. We have reached superior or advanced, 30 kills till superior. And we've made it to superior, and the next step I believe is the final. So let me get 49 more kills, and we will continue on with the mod. All right, last two. And we are now at self-aware. Oh, I was calling it AI, but it's self-aware. My bad. Let's get home right quick and continue on. So, with that, now, mind you, a few of them turned into loot pinatas from the sword. The second yellow line. So by the time I was done with that, I had more glow ink sacks than I could probably need throughout the entirety of the game. Not a big deal. I also realized at some point that I did not have capturing on my sword, so I went and made some capturing blocks to make sure that, or capturing books to make sure that we did have. So we ended up with a couple of eggs. And then of course you get some trophies when you're doing a lot of kills on something. And those trophies should, I believe. Oh, that gave me a buff. Oh, I am glowing. Ah, that is what it is. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna hook this up where we have some power line. Where do we got some power line? We got some power line right here. Okay. So the first thing that you're gonna hook up is the simulation chamber. Let's grab our module right here. We're gonna place it inside of here. Now it's saying it can't do a simulation because it is missing the prediction matrix. So prediction matrix at hostile prediction, we have to get a bunch of those. It would be wise to put this on auto craft and auto importing to your chambers should you wish to have a bunch of them. So now we get these glow squid predictions and some generalized overworld prediction stuff. What we do with the little round things is we're going to place them in here, and some mobs have multiple things that they can do. These can only do glowstone or glow ink sacks. So that's what we get from them. Like I said, by the time I was done with that, I probably had more than I need for the entirety of the game. However, it's still producing these generalized. Okay, I'm going to take out those because we're done with that. As you can see, because it's self-aware, it's a 99.5% chance that we get the little drops. And we now have plenty of glow ink for the few things that we can do with those, but these generalized things can be turned into other things as well. Even iron. But more importantly, they can be turned into the next level up, which we'll get to here in a moment. We can use some nether quartz to get prismarine shards. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this next level up with some netherrack. These, we get some blaze powder, gold, nether wart. Essentially it's transmuting things is what happens here. And so next level with some endstone, we're only going to be able to get one of those. Enderman generates these directly, I believe. But for wither skeleton skulls, you can get just a ton of nether stars without having to spawn the guy in and having to deal with all that. And you could do that before you ever get to the end. And it is awesome. Technically, you could do it before you get to the nether if you have a way of getting nether skulls. Is there, let's see, or wither skulls. Is there a way to get wither skulls without going to there? There is, but you need antimatter for it, and that's not well. And then there's this from occultism. So technically, because you can get soul sand from other ways, technically you could get wither stars without ever going even to the nether, much less the end. And I think that's pretty cool. All right, so just as a quick little demonstration of using more than one data model at a time, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on our right click wither skeleton. Let's see, let's get, oh, might as well get a cow, maybe. Got a cow. All right, so come over here and right click the blaze. Let me get rid of the rest of these guys and turn, oh, something turned into a pinata. It was a cow. All right, fun stuff. All right, so let's see if we can get an evoker. Oh, that turned on the wither skeletons as well. All right, we'll do this right here, and that should just give us evokers. Oh, I don't have clocks on them. So let's grab some clocks and speed them up right quick. And we also need some sugar. And they're not spawning. Oh, they're gonna require a dragon egg, aren't they? Because spawn requirements. There we go. Got evokers now. So let me turn off that lever. All right, the ultimate spawner. We did minimum delay, redstone control, no AI, ignore spawn conditions, and ignore players. The ultimate. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to right click one of those guys. And we're going to place all four of them into the data model here. We're going to turn all of our levers on and let everything just start getting pushed over here to a kill spot. And let's put our, oh my goodness. Let's put our deep learner up here. And you can see that we have all kinds of things happening. We're just gonna land here and just start swinging at everything that is right here with us. And as you can see, we are getting plenty, and that's the perk of getting the spawn egg to do this, whether it's for one mob or for all the mobs. Oh, there is a raid going on at my base right now. And I was unaware of that. I don't remember why that glass was there, but it is getting annoying. I think it was to prevent Enderman from being pushed all the way through. But that, I don't know if that's an issue still. I don't know. That was just me being paranoid. Oh, we are at self-aware. And I did not even know. So I'm going to go ahead and move that, turn that on and that on. And we're going to go down here. And the reason we are going to keep this going is because we do want the XP that comes from these guys. Now we have all of those guys are self-aware inside that deep learner, which is awesome. So we can take them. If we were to put, let's grab the Enderman, for example, or not Enderman, the, grab the Wither Skeleton. I believe they produce the highest level. Let's see, actually, we can just find out right here like this. And we got Enderman, Shulkers, Wardens, Ender Dragon, and Withers. So we would need the Enderman. We need to spawn in Enderman to do that one. So, but I'm not really worried about it right now. Let's get at hostile. This should produce the next one under the level under. Yes, the red one. And then over here, you see we can choose what we want to make. Because it has 3 different drops that it would do. We're just gonna go with Wither Skulls. Because why not? And I'm gonna take those out. And we're just gonna finish those up. All right, well, the raid's over. I don't think I got the buff. No, I had to leave the area, come back, and even then it still said raid, but after a few minutes it went away. So I'm not really sure what that was about. All right, we've got a little bit of time left, so let's see about getting some of this stuff automated right quick. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a similar network system to what we had for our other hyperboxes with the industrial foregoing. And we'll be back as soon as I get that set up. All right, now that we have our hostile mob stuff set for auto crafting, including the prediction matrix, which is very important. We are going to go ahead and do a simple, I'm not going to use all the stuff that I'm making right now, but a simple mob farm using some of the matrices that we have ready to go. So first thing would be to place some interfaces down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's good enough. And then from there, let's see. If I were to say I always want 16 in here. Of course, always 16 in there. Always 16 in there. Always 16 in there. How many of those did I make? Maybe I should say 64 in each of those. Aha, see, it stopped. It's like, yeah, we don't have the materials for that. But we'll do 64 here. And 64 here. Now we'll make our crafting cards. We're going to need a few more than that. To just go ahead and say make 10. We're going to place them right here, and it's going to start making them be put into there. Crafting cards. Whoa, 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 whoa. One at a time, just one. That's all you need. And it'll make sure that it will stay stocked. And if it rounds out of those cores, it'll just make more because they are auto-crafted, which is wonderfully fun. Okay, now the question I have is on our simulation chamber, if we put the simulation chamber on the bottom here. It is not going to input automatically. Okay, so we're going to grab some of our logistical transporter cable and our configurator that I keep putting into my refined storage, or my refined storage system for some reason. Do not want to be on wrench. And separate these because I want each one to have their own, because then we can redstone control them should we need to. Okay. Now we have that. We'll place the right there and set each of these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Set each of these to output. Please tell me they're going in and they don't have to go to the side. Please insert data model. If I put a data model in, is it going to? Yes, it does. Okay, as long as there's a data model in there. System okay, yeah, there's no energy right now. But let's grab the rest of our data models. Which are wither skeleton is right there. Oh, and the rest are inside of here. So let's go wither skeleton. Yes, and it makes those. Yes, brings those up. Cow, not that we would really need anything from them. And evoker like this. Now, just as a reminder, this is so because this does not take up, it doesn't actually create entities or anything like that. So it is server friendly and a lot easier to get things going without causing too much lag. Now, from each of these, like the squid, it only has one thing that it can make. I wish these had like a auto input output. That would be awesome, but they don't. So let's grab the loot fabricator. Let's make sure that it doesn't. I'm gonna put a point on here. EBSU out. Make sure it's not going to auto output. It does not auto output. Okay. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do transporter out here from each of these. Those actually kind of need to be connected, don't they? Maybe not. Maybe we can come up with another way to do this. We'll disconnect them. And so this we know requires or only has one thing that it can make. So we come back over here, set this to pull, and it should pull the glow squid into there. And we set it to glow squid. But no power, of course. But this one, they're going to have multiple things. And let's say we wanted all the drops from them. So we're going to have to take this. And I mean, this could be a lot prettier. But we're going to do 3 of them. And let's do a logistical transporter. Got one of these right here. We craft this and we place it there. We'll say single on, round robin on, auto on. Now, if we give this guy power, see, where's my power cable? Right here. If this guy power should start going through. So it put one there, put the next one there, and then the next one there. So let's say on this one, we want it to make bones, this one coal, and this one skulls, like that. Next up, we have blaze, and you can find out what all they will do by going to their hostile blaze. Right click here, and you can see that this will only create one thing, so we don't need a whole bunch of stuff. We can just set it to that, and then give it power as well, and then speed that up just for testing purposes. Select blaze, and now it's going to attempt to make blaze rods, and you would do that with each of them and select which mob drops you want and so forth. So now we need power. I guess Ender IO would be great here if it was finished, but it's not yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. We're going to take input power here, and we'll put power here, and then we'll have transporters from here and here. This is not the most beautiful setup. I am fully aware of that. Let's remove that. Where's that connection? And no, that's what we needed it to be connected to, isn't it? That's okay. That's okay. We'll remove this connection. Okay. Now, those items, if we set all of these to output like such, and we can put it to an interface here, or we can have it going to a oops, didn't need that one. See how it's got so much stuff here? Takes a while. We need to make sure we have our stack upgrade and our speed upgrades. But we could do a inner chest instead if we wanted. Stacks at a time with 2 speed, and then it should be able to keep up. Yeah, once it got past that backlog, no problem at all. Now we have one other problem. These produce other things. So these produce also the generalized. This one's easy enough because we can take it and go over like this, and boom, the general, you know, its stuff's going there, but so are some of the whatchamacallit. So for the logistics supporter, let's do a new filter. Item stack, and we'll click this. Okay, and it's going to be at what color? We'll say green. Green is good. And then we will change this to, how do we change color here? Oh, I passed it. None, blue, green. Now that should go to green, and then new filter, item stack. I want wither, wither skeleton prediction. and it's going to go to dark red, and then we'll go underneath here and change all of those to dark red right here. Actually, no, I don't think we need to do that. Let's leave it like it is. It's still going to... Are we out of them? Oh no, it's because we're not sped up. This should not send any... What's going on here? Should be sending those to green. Save. That's what happened, right? Yeah, there we go. And then these guys, they're not going to send out now. Yes, they still send out. They send out to where they're supposed to go. We should make sure. Yeah. Beautiful. So we may need a logistics supporter on the back of each of them just to make sure. So that would actually help even some of this stuff up. But just to make sure that we get the prediction stuff out, because we need these things as well. Can't do anything if that gets backlogged. But that is a simple setup, and obviously it can be much improved. I just wanted to do a quick demonstration. So until next time, this is ElderBarrySirUp, wishing you a wonderful day. Take care.